Is Darth Bane's malevolent whirlwind attack bugged?
Alright guys, you guys ready to see it again? Hold on, let me pull it up again. So you get 2 dispels, then you get a total damage bonus for the buffs dispelled, then you deal damage 2 times. I can't wait to see this in action. Oh my gosh, that is so great. Look at all that amazing bonus damage. I'm so glad that the first Foresight allegedly makes all the other damage completely nullify for the 5 million consecutive hits that he does. Wow.
I see nothing wrong here. Now, that's working exactly as it's written. Bane, is he bugged or isn't he? The answer is no. Malevolent Whirlwind is not bugged. This is basic Galaxy of Heroes nonsense here, guys. In order for us to do damage, the hit has to land. Let's just take, for instance, get this into our heads. This attack here from Mara Jade. Right now, Han Solo has got Foresight. If I basic and miss the attack, are we going to deal damage? What do you think, guys? What do you think? Oh my god, my mind is blown. I did not do any damage because the attack missed. Holy moly. I know where we're going to go from this. You're going to say, Scribe, Mara Jade doesn't dispel. Of course she didn't deal damage. Bane's attack dispels. Yeah, but it can still miss. Let me ask you another question. Is Bastila Shan bugged? Wonderful, wonderful Bastila Shan over here. She's got a dispel. Check it out. Subvert defenses. Wonderful ability. Deal special damage to the target enemy and dispel all buffs on them. Stun them for 1 turn and inflict buff immunity for 2 turns. Wonderful. So this over here, this will dispel the buffs if Foresight's up, right? No. Foresight makes you dodge an attack. If I fire a nuclear bomb at another planet and I miss the planet, am I going to be really upset that it's not irradiated? You missed. You didn't hit. Yeah, it missed, guys. You missed. Let's just show this in action, right? And this will be a great example. Look, Bastila Shan over here. Yeah, we know that Subvert Defenses dispels when you use it. However, we also have Shakti on her basic. Dispel all buffs on the target enemy, deal physical damage to them, and grant them offense up for 1 turn to all allies who didn't already have it. Amazing. Okay, how about Snips over here? Deal physical damage to the target enemy and dispel all buffs on them. Most importantly, let's see this part here. This attack can't be evaded if the target has Foresight. This is a really weird one, because this attack can miss. If you're blinded, you miss. If they've got Foresight, it guarantees to hit. If the enemy has got really high evasion, it's not Foresight, it can miss. Really weird one, right? Okay, so another example. Cal Kestis over here. Basic. Deal physical damage to the target enemy and dispel all buffs on them. Anything here that says it can be missed? No, during this turn, Cal ignores taunt effects, may use Whirlwind Slam. Nothing here says his attack can't miss. So let's see what happens, shall we? We'll go ahead, we'll grab ourselves a Datacron that gives us turn meter. Yeah, that'll be great. Wonderful, let's go. Hey, would you look at this, ladies and gentlemen? We've got loads of Foresight and all sorts of good business here. I'm sure that we'll be able to make something good happen from this, okay? Now, bear in mind, Inherited Teachings is going to deal damage even if the enemy evades, right? But if we look over here at this Foresight, and we know that Shakti over there on her basic dispels all buffs, then theoretically, when we do this basic, if it lands, it should clear the Foresight and deal damage and stuff. So actually, if we use this over here, right, not Inherited Teachings, if we use They Grow Beyond and call in Shakti, do we think we're going to dispel Tenacity Up and Defense Up? No, right? No, okay. Because the attack's going to miss, isn't it? So, dodged. She's still got Tenacity Up, she's still got Defense Up. The attack missed! Even though she dispels on a basic? Alright, okay, I get where you're coming from, Bane dispels twice, doesn't he? That's why he gets rid of all of the buffs, even if the attacks miss, because he misses, but then it dispels twice, doesn't it? So the second dispel still comes in. The damage doesn't happen because he misses, but it still dispels. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. So if we were to attack now, there's Foresight. So If this attack always misses, if there's Foresight, that means I'm not going to get rid of the Taunt, not going to get rid of Jedi Lessons, not going to get rid of Tenacity Up. Let's see if that is the case. Yep, didn't get rid of anything. Mind is blown. Mind is absolutely blown. Alright, okay, Cal Kestis. Okay, yeah, sure. So, Taunt effect, no Foresight. If I basic now, it's going to dispel the buffs, isn't it? Holy crap, we dispelled the buffs. That's how the game works. That's how the game works. Okay, let's try it one more time. Let's swap over to Bastila Shan Fallen. She's not Fallen, sorry. Bastila Shan. She's got a Dispel ability over here. So, if I was to use it on a guy with Foresight, it'll dispel it, right? Because, you know, I'm dispelling the buffs. Just like on Shakti's basic, when we attack with it, it dispels Foresight, right? And everything else triggers. No, because the attack messes. So when I use Subvert Defenses on Ezra, it's just going to miss. Tenacity Up, Defense Up, and Protection Up are all going to stay there. Watch! Oh my god! They're still there! Who knew? See ya, JML. Who knew that could happen, guys? Who knew that if you miss your attack, you don't deal any damage? And also, the buffs don't dispel. Guys, Bane is fine. He's just missing. There's nothing in his kit that says this attack cannot be evaded. It's not bugged. We're just dumb. So to reiterate, we'll even go in and check the ability. Malevolent Whirlwind. Dispel all buffs on the enemies twice. Then deal physical damage to all enemies twice, dealing 10% more damage for each buff dispelled. Inflict healing immunity, yada yada. Is there anything in this text that says this attack cannot miss? If the ally in the leader slot is a Sith, he gains extra ult charge. For each enemy that was dealt damage with Deceived or Linked, Bane gains 5 Siphon. 200% health steal, Grand Arena, additional 3% ult charge against Deceived, Linked enemies, Bane, Siphon, yada yada. Nothing says can't be missed. Is there anything in Bane's leadership that says his attacks can't miss? It's got probably the worst leadership Zeta, by the way. Sith allies have 30% offense, 30 speed, can't be revived. Light side enemies have negative 10 speed, double for Jedi. Start a battle, allies gain defense up, evasion up, health speed up for 2 turns. Whenever a Sith is defeated, Bane's cooldowns are reset. He recovers 50% health, gains 50% turn meter. While Bane is active, at the start of its turn, the weakest other Sith ally with damage equal to 15... Yada 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 yada. Nothing here says his attacks can't miss. Nope, nothing in the leadership. How about Rule of 2? Extra crit damage, extra health, extra crit chance. He's dazed, he gains max health stacking until the end of battle. When the enemy starts his turn, he gains 5 speed, yada yada yada. Start a battle, there's only one enemy, Bane takes nothing to do with nothing, guys. Nothing says his attacks can't miss. In order for us to do damage, his attacks can't miss. Let's address the next thing I know what you're going to bring up, because I've seen all the arguments for it. If this ability says it's supposed to dispel twice, why do it if you don't intend it to land against enemies with Foresight? There are other teams in the game that gain buffs after certain buffs have been dispelled. Look at Admiral Radus. His leadership ability, particularly in Grand Arena with his Omicrons. Rogue Ones gained 40% max protection, start a battle, they all gain Spark of Rebellion. That's a buff, by the way. Spark of Rebellion is dispelled from an ally, they gain critical chance up, critical damage up, defense up, health up, offense up, potency up, and protection up for 2 turns. If Bane uses his Malevolent Whirlwind, it's going to dispel Spark of Rebellion, and then dispel crit chance up, crit damage up, defense up, health steal up, offense up, potency up, protection up, and then deal boatloads of damage because the attack is going to hit. Alright, let's think of another example. Jabba the Hutt has the Crime Lord special. When he uses this, it provides different benefits to the character's role, okay? So attackers gain, they assist dealing 70% less damage. Tanks gain immunity to critical hits. When Hired Muscle expires, and that includes being dispels, it provides different benefits based on the character's faction. Gain defense penetration up for 2 turns for bounty hunters. Gain speed up for smugglers. Gain advantage for 2 turns. So if Bane dispels Hired Muscle, they're going to gain these buffs and he'll dispel them again. There are instances of buffs that get triggered when they are dispelled or they expire. That's what Bane's Malevolent Whirlwind is supposed to try and deal damage to. Now one can ask, did CG actually mean for it to ignore Foresight and still deal that extra damage? Maybe, who knows? Maybe, don't know. But that's not how it's written, and it's not how it's coded in the game. Currently it is coded in the exact way it's written. If you ever miss an attack, you don't deal damage, guys. It's always been that way. Always been that way, unless there is something in the ability that states this damage can't be evaded, this attack can't be evaded, alright? That's as simple as it gets. The only way this would actually be different on Bane is two things, really. If one, the attack couldn't be evaded, or two, when it says then deal physical damage to all enemies twice, it would say attack twice. If it was two separate individual instances of attacking, it would be absolutely fine. The first attack would miss, the second attack would land because Foresight would be gone, unless they had some weird circumstance where they just constantly regain Foresight, but I don't think there's someone in the game that does that. But this is one instance, one individual attack that just deals damage twice. It's like Sabine Wren from the Phoenix. On her basic, she deals damage multiple times. Let's go grab Sabine, shall we? OG Sabine Wren. Take a look at this here. Deal physical damage to the target enemy twice. This attack scores an additional hit for each of the following if the target, okay, has 70% less turn meter, has 30% less turn meter if the target is debuffed. When we use this basic against an enemy with Foresight, the attack misses. No matter what these stats are, none of the damage is calculated because the attack missed. However, if we compare that to, say, someone like Ezra Bridger, right? Ezra Bridger over here, on his basic, he's got a 40% chance to attack again, alright? So he could go against an enemy with Foresight, miss, deal no damage, and then potentially attack again. Then he would deal damage. If Bane was written like this, to attack again, it doesn't attack twice, it deals damage twice, just like Sabine Wren deals damage multiple times. It's one attack, one instance, so if it misses, there is no damage, alright? There is no damage. You have to land the attack for there to be damage. The only thing that Bane is doing is he's trying his attack is missing, it is then instantly triggering a dispel of all debuffs, right? I know it then says add that to the total damage. You can multiply 0 as many times as you want. That damage is still 0. He's not dealing damage because he misses. I really hope that this is clear. I hope people can understand where this is coming from. Bane is not bugged, he is just working exactly as he's written. Alright? You'd have an argument if you want to say, okay, I want this attack not to miss, but literally every other dispel in the game works this way. If it can be evaded and it goes against Foresight, it just doesn't dispel it. Okay? That's just how Foresight works. That's Foresight for you. Now, you really want to ask the question, is Foresight bugged? That's something entirely different. There are plenty of dispels in this game that can't be evaded. We saw one with Snips at the start. If they have Foresight, she still dispels, right? Echo second special. That can't be evaded. Dispels buffed, even if they got Foresight. There's loads of instances of that actually happening, all right? Bane is just not one of them. Can we agree on this? Cool. I bet there's going to be loads of people in the comments just yelling me down now. I'm sorry, I wish it worked like that as well. I kind of wish it worked like that. To be honest, let's be real, Bane does not need a buff. Guys, Bane is already a monster. It's okay for him to have a weakness like this. Foresight being Bane's Achilles heel, in my opinion, is perfectly acceptable. All right, it would be great if he could also ignore, have all of his attacks miss, or if just that attack can still go through Foresight. But that's just not how the game works. It just doesn't work like that. This is what it is. All right. I'm not going to get very many likes on this video, but I'm here to educate and to help people understand why it's not bugged, and hopefully stop people yelling about it. Cool. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. May the Force be with you.